Hello and welcome. I thought I would do a little bit of a different stream today because I don't have much time to edit and I need to get out of here around one-ish. So I think I've got plenty of time to do this. But I've been playing Minecraft, mostly Bedrock Edition, for years. Absolutely years. I love this game. I love building in this game. I love building all the cool things. The thumbnail is the original screenshot images of the world that I originally had on Minecraft Xbox 360 edition. And I've just gone into creative and I've rebuilt it here. Except for these stairs here, which obviously otherwise the water would flow both ways. Um, Everything else is one to one. The only real difference is the tops of the logs here, they all looked the same. Um, but other than that, this was the bridge that I first made. And I want to start putting some of the builds that I made in my earlier worlds into my now forever world. So, I'm going to build this bridge again in the end. And obviously on top of here there are, the animal cells in my end dimension. But I want to build a bridge going across to the other end island, and it's going to be a lot bigger than, obviously a lot bigger than this, but a lot bigger than my normal one. So I need to recreate this as faithfully as I can with this block palette here. I'm not exactly sure where to start. The main difference that I can see right off rip is this is an even number of blocks, and I'm going to need to change it to an odd number of blocks. So in terms of the flooring, I use stone bricks for most of it. So I'm thinking if I have like a line of resin sort of in the center going out from here, like alternating between this, I've rebuilt this from my forever world. So, and straight away, I'm going to want to get rid of all of this. All of this needs to go. And let's try getting rid of this as well. I think the edges are going to sort of be here and here. So it's going to be like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks of walking space compared to, what, 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's one less, which is fine. I can live with that. So let's start off by I need to figure out. So this is like a checkerboard pattern. I don't know what blocks to go in the center. Maybe we do stone brick. No, I don't know how I feel about that. I could use lodestones for the center. I am going to want to keep. Actually, I'm going to extend this out. Like here. And then if I put. I'm going to want to change these to slabs, I think. Resin brick slabs right at the bottom. There we go. So if I do something like this, I kind of want it to be straight because nothing else has a genuine, like a proper stair walkway going up. So I think I can completely forego and get rid of this line of stairs that I had going up to the bridge because it's going to be in the void. I think that would look better. So if I do like something like 1, 2, because I don't want it to look out of place either. These will also be slabs. Then that's 7 blocks, so I can put the stairs here go right up to the leaves go right up to the edge, which I'm not too fond of. So maybe I get rid of these as well and do it an extra block. That way I can have what would be here. They would be leaves. And that way I've got like a center block, and then here would be like the edges of the bridge, which is where like the arches would come into play. Lighting, I could go ochre frog lights, because that's what's in the center, but I think I'm going to do lighting underneath like this, because this would shine through the bridge. Now, do I want to keep this straight stone brick or change it up a bit? Maybe I do ochre frog lights sort of here, like, oh no, because it's a half slab down, isn't it? No, that could work. If I do something like this. And then we'd go back again with resin bricks, like so. And then if I got ochre frog lights there, they are just as bright, so I can remove those end rods. But I would like something like underneath the bridge. I don't want it to be completely flat across. I'm also going to want to extend this out, so let's just build this out here for a second. And then build if I have a full block here and a full block here, I can then grab a full block of deep slate tiles and put that here instead. This is going to have to go I'm thinking of like the railings now, like how I want this to be across. But the outer block was slightly different. If I'm walking across here, this seems like a good size considering this is going to be like 100 blocks across in the void. Put these back for now. I know I need to get rid of these and put stairs across here. This is going to be a little bit wider than that bridge, I think. So if I've got the stairs going there and then full blocks, just so it's uniform with the rest of the build. This is a very, very thick bridge. I think this works. Obviously, the cell where the animal is kept is here. I think we're building this off of the zombie horse one. I don't currently have a creative copy of it. And then I've got walls going across here to stay in line with the end. this just seems like a little bit too much. But actually, that's an idea. Instead of having these, I could do the same thing I did on the other side, but have the arches come up from this line of resin instead. So the corner of it's right here. So the arches would start here. And then I copy this design with a different block. I think the lodestone would be too... I mean, the lodestone it's very decorative, so it could work. Let's extend these both out first, just to here. And we'll bring these out as well. And then we can see how thick the bridge looks. Just gonna really quickly grab these. And I'm gonna extend this out. I mean, it doesn't look too different to this in terms of design, but block palette is just the complete opposite. It's all like bricks and stuff. Looks very industrial. But I mean, I guess the build that I've got in the end is kind of industrial in a sense. Let's do this again. And then once we've done that, I need to sort of do the underside because I think this looks a little bit bland. I just want to sort of 3Dify it a bit so it's not completely flat. Maybe I just do something simple like go along the bottom with extra slabs. Maybe turn these into full blocks so they're not completely flat. And then do something with the edges as well, where the end stone walls are. I mean, that already looks better underneath. It's less flat. I can get away with making this a bit more 3D as well, because it goes straight into the platform where this is going to be coming off from. Goes straight into the end islands. So that looks less flat and bland. Maybe I do stairs here as well. Because again, it's just going to be coming straight out from the end island. I'm going to need so many deep slate tile slabs for this. And deep slate tile stairs. I did that on the wrong one. Whoops. Yeah, so like from here. That already looks less flat. which I like. Maybe I bring the walls down by an extra one as well. Again, it'll be going straight into the end island, so it doesn't really matter if it's too thick. I like that. There's no part of this that's just completely flat. These bits that stick out, maybe I put like something underneath them. I don't know what would look good here. Maybe I tile end rods underneath them. I'm very rarely going to go underneath to actually look at it, but I'd at least like it to look good for if anyone does. I like that so far. I can get unlimited emeralds, they're a renewable resource, so that works. Let's do another... I have to place it down here. If I place it on the side of that end rod, it's gonna... Place you. It's gonna look weird. Let's put some more end rods here. And then we'll build up the next layer. So I need one here, 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 and here. Yeah, I mean this already looks like a massive improvement to what I had like a few minutes ago. And then slabs under here as well. I am definitely going to need to bring a happy ghast with me when I build this in survival. I think the thing is, designing stuff in creative is all fine, and since I had my Forever World and built like a massive storage system, I have always gone with the mindset of design something first, regardless of materials, and then get the materials and build it. Which is why I have builds with so much quartz that I didn't have a piglin bartering farm when I built my main storage system, and that has so much quartz in it that I was like, oh my god, it's going to take me ages to mine all this. Like the redstone, I had to mine for all of it because I didn't have a trading hall, a trading hall at that point. But yeah, I mean, this looked. I mean, I don't think it's better than this. I mean, this is outdated. This is 15 years outdated. I think this does look better, but obviously it's an odd number across. It's a little bit different. Okay, let's try and work on these sort of arches. I can do stairs and stuff. What haven't I used? I haven't used quartz or lodestones. I think lodestones would be a sort of rare point of interest, like maybe like at the tops or at like the joints here. Maybe I introduce a new block. What have we got? I mean, I could use iron, but I don't think that would look good in the context of the build. Bones are a directional block, so they wouldn't look great. Quartz pillars and chiseled quartz. I've got bricks as well. What do these look like? I think quartz pillars might look okay. But I want something with like a stair variant of block. I could use quartz as smooth. I don't really feel like using diorite. Resin bricks have a stair. Okay, let's try. So it's 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 3, 2. This is sort of how it looks. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it lines up there. So what if I replaced that there, added a stair underneath, and then repeat that on all of them? These just look way too like singular, like the blocks just look flat. And then if I do maybe stairs going out. Oh no, I'm gonna need... Wait, no, I could put a stair there instead. And then the water can flow out of it. I mean, that certainly looks thicker. Where am I going to be able to incorporate lodestones? I don't think there's anywhere I can. I think the thing is I could stretch this to be a little longer, but I think this just looks... Let's scrap this idea. Let's scrap it. This looks too big, too bulky, too orange. And it won't fit. But we know it has to come out to here. And then toward the center of the bridge in my old world, I have like a big one and then a massive one in the middle. I'm going to want something across here as well. Maybe I do just build it out of lodestones, but kind of stuck on what to do. So we got, there's so many blocks that I haven't built with in the end. I'm just sort of trying to think what would look good. Note blocks, jukeboxes, no. I mean, it would be really funny if I built the whole thing out of shulkers. Just a shulker archway. I don't see anything that's screaming out to me. And none of the other blocks here tend to really go with the block palette that I'm going for, which kind of really sucks. Um, Okay, let's try... Let's just try quartz and see how that looks. So let's grab some quartz stairs. Where are the stairs? There they are. Yeah, quartz stairs. Which one of these? I think the pillar would look better. And I will put slabs on my hotbar as well. So let's first of all build the thing. Two, and then two, two. Oh, I built this. Oh no, I haven't built it too high. Yeah, it's 3, 3, 3, and then 2, 2. So 2, 3, 3, and a 2. I mean, the top of the arch is what's really getting me because it's kind of stumpy. What if we just put 2 stairs on it like this? Instead of replacing, or instead of adding stairs, let's replace a bunch of blocks with stairs. There we go. This looks too high now. So if I do this instead, it's a lot thinner than the design I had with the orange ones, but I don't like how you can see all the bevels. What about smooth quartz stairs? What's the difference here? Oh, that looks, yeah, that looks better. You can't see the little bevels. It's going to be a nightmare to get a bunch, though. I prefer this. And then I will build, or replace the rest of the pillars with smooth quartz. Such a subtle difference, but it's noticeable. The pillars look kind of out of place, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to see the levels here as well. Yeah, it's a very slight difference. Smooth quartz. Let's try these. Yeah, I prefer that to the pillar, I think. It's more uniform. And then these will obviously have to be stairs going this way. So let's get the regular quartz out of our inventory. Or out of the hotbar, sorry. So don't accidentally build with it. Maybe these should come to a point in the middle. Yeah, I prefer that. Prefer that massively. Let's see, what else have we got here? So we'll rebuild that on the other side and then do it again. And then it's just the water streams and then the sort of like fencing in the middle that I have on this one. So let's at least build up a little bit of this one. Like that. And then we'll copy this over and do it again on this side. Yeah, and then it's that regular stair this way, and then we'll build up from this side. We've got a regular outward stair there, and then two upside down, block. And then it just staircases up like this. Okay, I like that. It looks more in line with the build. The only thing I'm not too sure on is the transition from the resin bricks to the quartz. Maybe I do something like this at the bottom. No, that looks out of place. Maybe replace these. Again, no, it looks kind of weird. That's an idea. I could do resin blocks here, sort of like on ramps to get like sort of like a platform for the archways to go on. Which means I could raise everything up by one. I mean, think, when I'm walking in the end, I'm just going to see... I mean, this looks okay. Let's see what happens when I place a water bucket down in those spots. Where does it flood out to? Okay, it goes straight off the edge, which is good. Let's... Damn it, I'm in creative mode. Let's get rid of that for now. If I break this... Obviously, it is just going to go straight to the void. But if I break that... and then waterlog that as well, then waterlog that, will it look... I mean, it looks a bit better. I do prefer this, rather than having a big gap in between those blocks. How about... get rid of that entirely. and have a gap that goes straight down underneath, like, you know, on the back end of the wall here. And then have these go like this. Wait, no, is that going to look weird? I mean, it's a little bit flat out here, but I think I can live with that. And then, how would this look? Let's put you back and waterlog you. I mean, considering that's just going to go straight into the void, it does add the tiniest detail. I think I prefer that than having it go over the top. So if I do something like this on both sides as well. And it also helps blend the resin brick. Okay, I think I'm happy with that actually. So let's do this as well. Same on this side. Break that block. Oh, wrong way. Change these to directional stairs and then waterlog this. Yeah, I definitely prefer that. What else have we got? It's just the fences left, I think. So, what can I do in place of fences? I'm gonna want something like a wall there. I don't think resin would look good. Or deep slate tile. Maybe I just do stone brick. Or actually, I could do end rods instead. Would it? Wait, how many blocks is this across? It's an even number, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I could do something like that for the railings. I actually quite like that. Let's do the same on this side. And then what do I want to transition this though? Maybe just a resin stair here? Because it's going to be the same on both sides. I do like that. And let's go say on the other side of the bridge. This looks a little bit too much. Maybe I have upside down stairs here. And then an ochre frog light on top. No, I don't like that. Not on that side anyway. Maybe it's something I start when I come in. And have like a lamp here. What trap doors are there? Copper. Iron. I don't think iron and pale oak, like the shading would be off. Also, I won't be able to close iron, so I'd be stuck with pale oak. But the shading is a little bit off compared to the quartz. So it's not as like pure white as it could be. Wait a second, have I done this? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because the fourth one is 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this one's one block too high. That's why it looked weird. Maybe there's a lantern I could shove there. A soul lantern, maybe? I mean, it's blue, but... Not sure. Not sure. Let's... I'm going to change the time of day. Till too light out. There we go, midnight. In terms of lighting, this actually doesn't look too bad. Even if I didn't have anything here. Yeah, that's much better than I thought it would be. I think the end rods are bright enough to completely illuminate most of the arch. But again, these sides just seem really flat. Maybe I do something like replace these with full blocks and then put another stair on top like that, just to give it a bit more structure and break it up a little bit. Yeah, that seems okay. And then keep in line with the rest of the build. We can put these as corner stairs. Will you go right? Thank you. And you that way. And you that way. Yeah, that sort of gives a little bit of extra depth to the inside of this. I do kind of want something else on the arch. I'm not 100% sure what. I mean, these were pretty flat, and I do want to stay as faithful to this as possible. So I think I do leave them flat, even though it's a weird build decision. At least that way it stays similar to this bridge here. So I think the next thing I've got to do is figure out how long this bridge needs to be, and then get a couple of shulkers of each resource. And then my next stream in my forever world, I will actually try and build this. What do I think of that? It makes it a lot more 3D. But it's the wrong way. No, I don't like that. It's too much of a... I don't like having like one block straight up. I mean, underneath looks okay. I'm happy with making it thicker. rather than just having it be completely flat. Placement of lighting is good, it stays illuminated. I mean, imagine if I go through all this effort, build this entire bridge, and then Minecraft just comes out and says, oh, by the way, we're not going to add any more mobs, like new mobs, ever. I think it'd be a complete waste of time. Yeah, I think I've settled on this. I like this. So I'm gonna leave it here. Bit of a shorter stream, but I think we got done what I wanted to get done, which is to redesign the old, 15-year-old bridge and update it for the end. So I'm gonna end it here, and I'm gonna go and grab all of the resources I need in my forever world off camera because it's just gonna be AFK farms, smelting all of this into smooth stuff, and I've already got all the deep state and bricks I could need. Um, but yeah, once I've done that, I will go back live probably in a couple of days. I think tomorrow I'm doing another Skyblock stream, raiding some end cities, and then after that I will come back onto my forever world and I will build this in the end. But I'm happy with where we're at. I think it's different enough, but it's faithful enough to the old build. But thank you for coming out, and I will see you guys next time.